This is the problem with having multiple podcasts on multiple fucking platforms. I had everything geared up. That's my bad, everybody. Thank you for being here anyway. But this is a Two Dicks and a Chick, not One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. So as I was trying to explain before we started, I had a plan, but I forgot everything was set up as automatic intro when I hit go live. So
all right.
These are the things.
We got the one fuck up out of the way, so now we can just
This is the beauty of going live, though. You just you pivot and you make it work. But obviously, Jason Kiefer, you got Candace, you got James. Here we are. This is Two Dicks and a Chick. We've got a lot to cover today. We've got unrest in New York. We've got unrest in the Middle East and Iran. The new Iranian leader that we don't even know exists is saying the Strait of Hormuz is going to be closed. We've got was it Letitia James?
Big
Tish. We got Tish.
Tish. What up, Tish?
So we've got all this and more coming at you. So here we're going to do a different intro. So let's try this.
Love that.
We are official.
Bravo.
Now. Once I remember that, hey, don't do the automatic intros. Then we're golden. But
that looks great,
guys. Awesome to be here with you. I've been excited about this one, just because we're slowly but surely getting everything in line, just kind of moving on down the road. But so much to unpack and uncover. We covered some of it a little bit earlier, but obviously we've got different audiences, coming in. So it's gonna be awesome. So, how's your guys' Thursday? Let's start with that.
It's great. It's snowy.
Oh,
it's snowy.
That's gross.
We got some fucking snow. Yeah, it was 80 yesterday, and now it's 40, and it's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up. That's all I got to say.
We had some bad weather last night. We lost electricity, which we have a generator, but we lost electricity, and probably 12 hours we lost electricity here.
Wow.
Get up today, and the weather, Candace, was low 50s.
Yeah.
60s. The best weather on this was like California weather today. If California wasn't such a liberal shithole, I'd fucking live there, because this is the weather I like.
Oh, no, it's cold. It's cold and it sucks, and it's going to be cold and it's going to suck for the next week here. So we're just maintaining.
Can you imagine having weather like that and living in a liberal shithole, having both? If I'm going to live in a liberal shithole.
I've been to Burbank before, and it was amazing, and I loved it. But then I always remember, and they always let you know by giving you like a fucking paper straw, and then you're like, I got to get out of here. Like, it's just, I got to leave.
One of my best
we're taking care of the turtles.
Yeah. One of my best childhood friends lives in Seattle, and he's a conservative. He's like us, and I'm like, why the fuck would you live there? First off, it's liberals. It's liberal. Second, it rains every fucking day.
Every fucking day.
So,
highest suicide rate, right? They're like, everybody kills themselves there.
Family ties up there and on the Canada side, so that's why.
Canadian, eh?
Yeah.
I love the maple syrup, eh?
Yeah, that's about it though. Fuck Canada.
Yeah, it was like maybe low 50s today. Like, I mean, it's comfortable, just a long sleeve, and you were comfortable.
How is Ohio better than here? Like, I don't understand.
We're southwestern Ohio, and you're like northeastern.
Listen, don't geography me, Jason. Okay, y'all are supposed to have shitty weather like us.
Well, they're pretty much Kentucky is where they are. When you fly in to go, you think you're going to Cincinnati, you land in fucking Kentucky.
Oh, I mentioned it. I mentioned it earlier today, and Jill and I mentioned it yesterday. But the old Trumpster was in town, literally like 25 minutes from where we live, 30 minutes from where we live. He was
amazing.
He was on the right side of the river in Ohio, and then he went over to the wrong side of the river in Kentucky. and had a couple events, many protesters standing out in the rain, which I was like, good for you. Look at you exercising your right.
I'll give them this. At least they're committed.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? That's your right.
What else do you say positive about the filthy animals? At least they're fucking committed.
And Pappas, I thought he was going to go down to the Northern Kentucky rally and ended up not. And I wished I'd have grabbed the picture, but he posted on his Facebook page. He has a great picture of Air Force One flying right over the river, like getting ready to make its turn to descend down to CVG.
And that's a pretty river. That's a pretty landscape too.
But it was a cool pic. But so yeah, our buddy Pappas was there in support.
That's awesome.
I've been there because that's where Pappas. When I went on the Pappas tour, when I was there on your wedding, he took me up there.
Oh yeah. Mount Adams is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so where do we want to go? Where do we want to start? Who's most fired up?
I think we're equal. But James, I feel like you're ready. You've been ready. You got the shirt.
I'm just about this, so now when I say we, I'm talking about the white man and the white lady too. Now all of a sudden we are Islamophobes. Now there's a new term. Islamophobic is what we are, because we are tired of our country being under attack by Islamic radicals. It's our fault. I mean, I know you got the video, Jason, you're going to play with, look the way that this happened in New York. They did everything, seeing Mondami, they did everything to blame. When the liberals are having a protest in which what they're protesting is we don't agree with. We don't agree with the ICE protest, but the other side can't protest. Well, here's one of the differences. It was an actual peaceful protest. They protested. They said the things they wanted to say until there was a terrorist attack. There were no fights. There were no riots. There were no threats of violence. The only threats of violence were the liberals who were there for the anti-protest. And then when they get attacked by two Islamic radicals, and I know, Candace, you really went off yesterday on the way the CNN described them. I loved your video on that. The first thing they do is sympathize with them. And it's not, to me, you can call us Islamophobic, you can call us racist or whatever. It's pattern recognition. And there's a pattern of Islamic radicals terrorizing our country. It goes back years and years and years. We all know about 9/11, that almost 3,000 people were killed. But y'all realize that since 9/11, there has been 8 mass killings, Islamic radical terror attacks. I'm not talking about individual killings where they stabbed the person like they did in Virginia the other day. Mass killings. We forgot about that. And the gay peoples who really fucking make me laugh, did they forget about the Pulse nightclub, the gay bar in
Orlando?
Where 49 people were killed in 2015 because they were targeted because they are gay by Islamic radicals, by Muslims. And they're the first ones. They hate you. They want you fucking dead. And they're the first ones that are defending them. We just have a real screwed up outlook on this. And it's the media, and it's people like Mondami. Well, I say this all the time. It's the American voters' fault. It's our fault. It's the uneducated American voter. So that's kind of my rant. I'm sure I'll have another one.
Which video did you want? You wanted the
You can take your pick on that one. Mondami, I think the best one to right now, I think, is Mondami talking about the this one, and then
and I'll be the first one to say, like, I don't want anything to do with Islam. So if you want to call me racist for saying that, by all means, then I'm a racist piece of shit. I don't want Islam in my country because this is what we have. Sorry, I don't see Christians running into churches and bombing anybody or throwing grenades into, other religions, parades or protests or anything like that. Again, like when the shoe fits, like sometimes you have to identify the problem. Radical Islam is a problem, and unfortunately, even like standardized Islam is like radical. So you've got a one tier there. It's not like Islam and Muslim is different. I don't think it's fair to combine the two, but I got to be honest with you. When you look at these religions and you look at them and they are incredibly oppressive and they are incredibly like denigrating to groups of people, it should open your eyes to what is friendly and what is not friendly. And Islam is not a friendly religion. It's consists of radicals, and I don't know how many times we have to see it for people to call it what it is.
Yeah. So
I'm Islamophobic. I'm not Muslimophobic, but I'm Islamophobic. And
100%. And I'm married to an Arab, so I can say that. I'm married to an Arab and I am Islamophobic, 100%.
I've said this before. I don't want to be the guy. I'm sorry, Jason, no cut you off. I'm just saying this real quick. I don't want to be the guy that tries to qualify himself. I got a black friend. I got this. I truly have very close Muslim friends. I'm talking they're family to us. And I can tell you right now, they agree with what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
This is not how they live. This is not what they want. This is, and they condemn it as much as we do. It's harder for them. What they face because of actions of these people.
That's the thing is, they're getting cast down because of people,
because of the extremism of it.
Yeah, because of the people that we're getting ready to show, which it cracks me up is, this says ISIS-inspired teens throw.
Yeah, I love this, and I'm gonna have some commentary on this too because they don't live far from where I live.
Right, and that's exactly what I was going to bring up.
Yeah, your video is really good on that.
We're gonna talk about where they live, okay?
But the fact that they're calling them teens cracks me up because they're 18 and 19, right? So
right.
Or teen is in the age.
They're not 13.
You're a fucking adult.
Terrorists. Yeah. They're terrorists. It's what they fucking are. Tell them what they are. CNN and everybody else. They're fucking terrorists. They're not teens. They gave up that label as teen when they threw a fucking bomb.
Oh, but they're trying so hard.
Backyard of New York City's mayor. Chaos unfolding as demonstrators clashed and ran for safety.
This was not random violence. This was a planned attack motivated by extremist ideology.
The FBI says these two teenage suspects encounter protesters stand accused of igniting two improvised explosive devices, or IEDs, and trying to detonate them in a crowd of anti-Islam demonstrators and counter-protesters outside the mayor's residence. One suspect is seen here, leapfrogging a man and hurling an object, which failed to detonate.
Had these IEDs functioned the way the perpetrators allegedly wanted them to, they couldn't cause death, destruction.
The NYPD says the nuts, bolts, and shrapnel were packed into the devices, at least one of which contained a highly explosive material that is extremely sensitive to impact, friction, and heat.
Both men were immediately taken into custody, and the devices they brought taken off of our streets.
19-year-old Ibrahim Kuyami and 18-year-old Amir Balat appearing in court this morning.
He requested paper and wrote a message declaring in part, I pledge my allegiance to the Islamic State.
Tonight, a chilling terror attack thwarted in the...
It's just fucking gross, ridiculous, all of it, all together.
And once again, Islamists are easily radicalized. That's one of the biggest issues when we talk about religion and we talk about phobias, right? Is like Christians aren't really radicalized to like create violence or anything like that because that's not the basis of the religion. When you steer yourself towards a specific religion that allows you to be so radicalized that you go ahead and you make kamikaze missions, that is a problem, number one. Number two, both of these schmucks are from Bucks County. If you fucking looked at the mansion that the one lives in, Bucks County is a very wealthy area. we know we sue them all the time, especially the corrections facility in Bucks County. Okay. So this is
I like it.
Yeah, this is a very wealthy area, okay? And it's like suburbia. So it's outside of Philadelphia, but it's like very suburban, very, again, ritzy, wealthy. This kid was in like, I don't know, a $4 million house. So now CNN, right, exactly, so oppressed. What I loved about all of the reporting is that they are trying so hard to say these are naturalized citizens, because they don't want to, create that stigma of, oh fuck, we can't have this be because the border's open thing. So they're trying so hard to really stress the fact that they're naturalized, they were here, they were born here, all this bullshit. But what is actually like coming here? How is that stuff being learned? Who is giving that type of information to these kids? Is it their parents? Is it the signal chats? Is it people that they're surrounding themselves with? And they still won't tell us if these two guys knew of each other prior. They said no, but how they connected, we don't know. Like, how are people like this getting so far beyond radicalized when you are in America and you're living in a $4 million fucking dollar house? My ass couldn't live in Bucks County. I drive by there all the time and I look at my husband, I'm like, what did we do wrong? What did we fucking do wrong? Okay. And these little shits are coming from one of the wealthiest areas of the state. And then they're crying about their oppressiveness and how they need to spread their bullshit across the world and how they need to stand up and make everybody believe that Islam is the best thing. I'm confused at all of this, truthfully.
Now, what about the parents? They live in a place like that. What do the parents do? They immigrants from what? Where were they from? Afghanistan?
If I remember correctly, it honestly was someplace I don't even think I've heard of quite often. Yeah. So I don't know what exactly the standards of the parents are, or what that story is. And I feel like the journalists are trying to hide all that. Like, we're not getting definitive answers, at least from when they started reporting on it. CNN, like I said, they completely made this sound like, oh, they just were having such a beautiful day and it was so warm. And then, oh my God, they were going to be arrested for potentially throwing bombs. Mm-hmm. And they made sure to identify that it was at an anti-Muslim protest. Almost to say like, no, these guys are the good guys, because who could be against Muslim? How dare the world? And this is what we're left with. So everybody just took off with that and they stopped asking questions for a while.
I'm on the DOJ's website. I'm trying to figure out if it says in here where their nationalities are or whatever. And honestly, nationality doesn't even matter. It's what
it doesn't. Well, the reason why I was saying it was they where it does matter, Jason, is where the fuck they coming from? Because
how do they have the money?
The kids were born here. Where are they getting their fucking money?
Where are they getting the money from, man? Like, that's what pisses me off, is you're coming to this country that you hate. You hate us. You hate every single person that lives in America. Yet your ass has $1 million house and I fucking don't.
Well, most of these extremists that do this type of shit, just like the people that did 9/11. Mm-hmm. All of those people were affluent people in their, whether it's Saudi Arabia or wherever they were coming from. They were professionals. They were doctors. They were lawyers. They were actually people of substance.
Yep.
Not just some fucking shitbag.
Well, and that's the other thing. Isn't it so funny and shamefully so to see like how the average terrorist has even taken a dive with the rest of society? Like, before, your ass needed to go to flight school. You had to like be somebody. You had to commit. You had to learn how to fly a plane. And these dipshits are like, let's go to Pennsylvania fireworks store and we're going to duct tape some shit together and throw it in a crowd. Like, that's the average terrorist now. Like, it's just an overall decline of society in general, that even the typical terrorist now doesn't even put in all the fucking work to like do the job.
Look at Boston Marathon. Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
Let's do a pressure cooker full of nails and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't know exactly what their like lineage and background was, but they were walking around in fucking sweatsuits and shit. So,
right. Well, it's like, I mean, I got to give to some minor credit, you know, back in the day, 9/11, these people, like, they fought hard to get their fucking point across. And now what's scary is that they're just like breeding mediocre terrorists that exist all over the country.
That's what it's become now.
Yes.
Is all it is.
And it's like you've got the posers, you know, you've got the wannabes, and then somewhere along the line you have the real scary guys, but it's all this plethora of these like phony, I want to have my name in a newspaper kind of just fucking loser, 18, 19-year-old. Like, that's what you got. They couldn't even like detonate a bomb correctly. Can't make change of a dollar. Like, it just 100% goes full circle to like the average 18 to 25-year-old is a fucking dope. And I don't give a shit what country they come from.
Yeah.
Hey, these the pressure cooker bomb in 2013 in Boston killed 3 and injured 260.
Mm-hmm. And these guys said that they wanted to kill more people than the Boston Marathon. That was apparently some, I don't know if it was like a verbal communication that they said to one other person or if it was in writing. But I think the issue is how many times do we have to find that a lot of these like signal chats and this Discord stuff, like, it's obviously a problem. It's obviously linking people that are ready to do harm together, and then they're communicating and coming up with plans that are not being intercepted. And now we don't have funding for DHS, so it's not like we can intercept them to begin with right now.
Yeah. And it all falls into, like we said, like you got the B budget Islamist, B budget terrorist, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Shitbags all around. But mark my words, not a whole lot will fucking happen.
No.
Not a whole lot will happen, even though it was, you know, right outside Gracie fucking mansion.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the fucking idiot that New York elected as mayor, it'll get fucking brushed under the rug. One way or another.
They'll sympathize
you'll
with them.
see something, but it's not going to be what it actually should be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, the same week that this happens, you know, now I know y'all seen the videos. I don't think we haven't, but of the that cop who was he wasn't just a cop. This man was the whole chief, chief in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Scaled the fence. That was just amazing. But who does Mondummy the same week this happens? Okay, at Mondummy's residence. Who does he have over for lunch at his mansion? Mahood Khalil.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And not the cop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. And
the symbolism is there. Like, people don't connect those dots. And it's like, what more? What more do you need?
But what are they going to do? You got cops, you know, their attitude is, hey, we serve the people. We're loyal to the department. We're loyal to the city. Mayors come and fucking go. That's what their attitude is. And it should be, because if you didn't have that type of mindset, it would drive you insane.
Absolutely.
How much I've never seen. And yet, let's not forget that this man, he's not a man. This little, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Bitch
this
boy.
little faggot, because I don't relate the word faggot with homosexualism. You can be straight and be a faggot. This guy's a little faggot. Mm-hmm. So this little faggot has only been in office for not even 3 months. And look at what he has done in 3 months, as he has just shit on people.
There's so much controversy. You're absolutely right. In 3 months, there is so much controversy in New York City. So much so that the other fucking douche, Eric Adams or whatever, is like, damn, I wish this didn't fucking happen. Like, he's on Fox. Like, how did this happen? You know what I mean? Like, it took Mamdani to make somebody like Eric go on Fox and say, I hate this guy. Like, it's really, it's something else. And not only is he really showcasing the fact that he is an unsavory person with unsavory people around him, everything he told the people of New York City has been a lie. None of it has been followed through yet.
How many videos have you seen? And the guy's out there all the time. And I wish I had the video a black gentleman standing out there with a microphone and a speaker, and he was like, "We voted for you.
Yeah,
you told us this. You're not delivering anything. Here's your fucking job, dude."
yeah.
And now it's not safe.
Well,
now he's made it unsafe. He's got his wife blabbing about, other shit that's happened in the Middle East, how she's like, oh, cool, the October 7th, deaths. That was awesome. Like, what is going on here? And it's breeding that mentality, right? When your leaders let you know in no uncertain terms that they're cool with that, they support that, everybody's going to start filtering into New York City. And all of these people are going to be treated with kid gloves. And it's already happening. This is not going to be the last thing in New York.
I'm going to play his little presser that he did that James sent me.
Side Gracie Mansion, where I live with my wife. Neither of us were home at the time. This was a vile protest rooted in white supremacy entitled Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City. I'm the first Muslim mayor of our city. Anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me, nor is it anything new for the 1 million or so Muslim New Yorkers who know this city as our home. Two men, Amir Balat and Ibrahim Qayyumi, traveled from Pennsylvania and attempted to bring violence to New York City. They are suspected of coming here to commit an act of terrorism. There is video of these two individuals throwing two devices towards the protest. The police department has determined that these were improvised explosive devices made to injure, maim, or worse. Thanks to the swift and decisive actions of NYPD officers at the scene, both men were immediately taken into custody, and the devices they brought taken off of our streets. While I found this protest appalling, I will not waver in my belief that it should be allowed to happen. Ours is a free society where the right to peaceful protest is sacred. It does not belong only to those we agree with. It belongs to everyone.
There is nothing free about Muslim or Islam. By the way, I don't know where anybody thinks that the word freedom and those two religions, they don't come together. You're free to practice it, but there's nothing in those religions that provide you freedom. So, I think that's right.
Especially if you're a woman and especially if you're gay.
Exactly.
James, you being a former cop, I think you could probably attest to this. And we've had Zeke Arkham on our podcast on One More a ton. And he's like, thanks to the NYPD, guess what? You're running out of cops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they are fleeing in droves.
Yeah.
They're going to
the
Texas.
young one, so what you're going to have is you're going to have guys in the middle. Like I have a good friend. He's probably got 20 years. He's not going anywhere. The young guys are getting the fuck
out. Ride it out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But the young guys are getting the fuck out. Okay. So you got the older guys. If they can, I guarantee you, the busiest office in New York right now is the pension office, with people calling saying, hey, what's my numbers look like? What can I? They're at least inquiring. Those eligible for retirement, they're at least inquiring about it. And the ones with 5 to 8, say 8 years or less, once you hit 10, normally you're gonna, and I did a lot of research on this because retention was a big thing for us. It's a big thing for every agency. So I did an actual study on, okay, where do we need to concentrate on? What year tenure should we concentrate on? So typically what the research found was if they stay 10, they're probably going to retire. Jason, same thing with fire department. Y'all see guys that come and go. So the guys are in that vulnerable range of 5, say 8 years and less. Then they're going to lose them, and look how much money you put into them.
But those 5 years, that 8 years and less, those are your fucking ball breakers.
That's your fucking outlet. That's your core. That's your fucking heart of your department. Because the 20-year guys are looking for what the 20-year guys looking for is, hey man, I just want to make it a retirement. I ain't gonna fuck nothing up. I ain't gonna get myself killed.
Hi, look at me.
Yeah, you did all that,
But also, police and fire is different. But
well, no, you don't want to be the guy climbing the ladder with a chainsaw anymore, dude. You might fall off. You're fucking old, Yeah,
that's
so these young guys, and those are the ones your heart of your departments are your 5 to 8 year guys of any law enforcement agency. Those are they've got the experience. But at the same time, most of the time they're either under 30 or they're early 30s. They're prime fucking time. Well, them guys are saying, fuck you, I'm gone. They're not sticking around for Mundummy and all his fucking faggoty nonsense. They're not.
What I think is so funny is he first states that this was all rooted in white supremacy. Hi, there are a lot of other people that are not white, that are not fucking Muslim.
Everything exactly, Candace, exactly. So that good point.
But here's what pisses me off. People listen to that and they go, yes, it is white supremacy. Like, bitch, everybody else that is anything else cannot be Muslim. Like, there's a wide variety of everybody.
I know a lot of black people who's tired of their shit too.
100%. I mean, like,
I guarantee you that Dexter's tired of that shit. I mean,
it's like they keep doing this shit. And I mean, I have to believe that this isn't boding well for him. But then again, I feel like there's so many stupid fucking asses that live in this country that I just don't know anymore. I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't know what midterms will bring. Truthfully, I do not. Because there's too many stupid fucking people here.
You had a really good point, because that's the first thing that I saw. So, you know, when my career was the majority in the 33 years that I had, the majority of the 30 years was operations. I was an operations guy, I was a patrol guy, SWAT guy, I was an operations commander. I tried to be a detective for about 2.5 years, and I was the absolute worst detective in history of detectives. It just wasn't my thing. My wife is actually probably the best that we've ever had here. But I had some training. I took a really good class when I was at the National Academy, statement analysis. And so a lot of those things stuck with me. So when I'm listening to that statement, so what we're taught is when a person is given a statement, the first thing they say is the most important to them. What was the first thing out of his mouth? White supremacy.
White supremacy.
So everything else was the stuff. Where did he, when Jason, at what point did he thank the policeman last?
Yep.
And that was because he fucking had to.
Right.
So the most important thing to him was
that's a check the box talking point.
That's all it was a check the box talking point. I don't want to, you know, I still have some people I got to appease, but the most important thing was he had to say white supremacy, and he had to say that he was being picked on because he was a Muslim. No, Mundummy, you're picked on because you're a piece of shit.
But what's funny is
you're still a piece of shit.
And it's so, like, it doesn't make any sense because the two people that threw bombs here, they're on your team, Mamdani. Like, that's your people. That's your fucking people.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Exactly. And because he's got to try to like spin the narrative to be like, oh, I'm not really with them. But those two guys are with you, buddy. They're with you and your bitch wife who goes on and you know, starts parading around Palestine. Yay. Like, that's where these people are they're feeling camaraderie for you. And you're making that very evident. So this is going to continue to happen. And
he won the election. Ridiculous. He won the election for the biggest city in the United States. But yet, immediately something bad happens and he starts to fucking divide. Instead of bringing people together, he immediately just fucking divides them.
And it's like so ignorant to even say white supremacy. Again, everybody who is not Muslim,
I don't understand what that means.
Is everything else.
I don't even understand what white supremacy means.
Because he's saying that everybody that was at the anti-Muslim protest was a white supremacist.
I don't understand, Candace, what white supremacy even means anymore. What
I honestly don't.
There's no, I mean, the strides that have been made in this nation.
It means if you don't agree with me, you're a white supremacist. Fine, then I'm a fucking white supremacist then. I'm a white supremacist who is married to an Arab. Good luck with that. Like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, I'm a white supremacist. Because I'm tired of seeing Islamic extremists kill our citizens and terrorize our nation. If that makes me a white supremacist, I'll get a fucking shirt that says it.
Yes, all three of us.
But that's all they got. And y'all know where I always go back to the voter. I don't understand New York, and I got a message for Donald Trump too, but I don't understand New York. This man, he's not a man. This little punk has continuously showed y'all who he is. when in the fuck are you going to start believing him? Why do you not believe him?
So I was watching Water's World the other day, okay? And they have that guy Johnny going to New York City and he starts asking people, okay? So there was one, he goes up to one girl, okay? I'll let you guess her color. And he says, who's your favorite president and why? And she goes, well, Obama was my favorite president because he gave me healthcare and he gave me a phone. And I was like, there you go. There you fucking go. Like, that's all she voted for. Okay. Her healthcare that she didn't have to pay for and her Obama phone. And she knows nothing else.
If all it took was a cell phone, you're a cheap ass whore, is what you are.
Thank you. Like that, then your president was your pimp. Exactly right. But that is the average voter. So you have somebody like Mom Donnie coming in and say, we're going to pay for your childcare for your 15 kids. We're going to pay for this. We're going to pay for that. And they all go, this is great. Greatest guy in the world. The problem is he's not able to deliver that because nobody was smart enough to know that they were coming into office with a $5.4 billion New York City deficit, right? Because again, we're not intelligent people that actually like looks at the stats and then votes. They listen to this wimpy guy who couldn't even bench press his own weight. And that's what they went in and decided to vote for. And so that's why it comes
here versus out here.
Yes.
Right here.
And it's like, this is what scares me because the country is full of dumb motherfuckers. And that's like where we're at. And I don't see it ever getting to a point where people are like, no, I want to keep more of the money I earn. I want to be more responsible for myself because people don't want that anymore. They want somebody to be responsible for them because they don't know how to make proper choices and they don't know how to be independent. And it is the biggest gripe that I have among society is they put themselves in these messes and they expect government to clean it up for them. And that is what drives their vote.
Yeah, absolutely. He threw all the promises out.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them don't even realize that it's not even going to happen. They're just like, oh, we're waiting on it. We're waiting on it.
And they'll vote for him again. You're absolutely right. He could fuck them over 2 ways to Sunday every single day. And they will vote him in again if they have the opportunity. And so I just put my hands up and go, I don't live there, whatever.
That's why people are leaving.
Yeah. People are leaving. And it will be just like eventually a Giuliani's going to have to come around and clean it up. But it could be decades from now. And just society has changed so much that I don't have any faith in somebody being like, hey, let's try Republican. Yeah, like I don't have any faith in that anymore. I used to. I just don't.
Well, there's been too many like him has been shipped and implanted into that city. That city's gone. That city's done. But I think that we could solve this for the rest of the country. There's one thing, the SAVE Act has to pass. But there's one, this is a pipe dream.
You didn't even know how this was going to go. You're rolling me right in. So
good. This is a pipe dream that I have that I'd love to see an amendment to the SAVE Act. And if you could pass this, our country would be amazing. With the current things of the SAVE Act that would eliminate illegals from voting that are all voting Democrat. This would never pass, but it's hard to argue that people who are on government assistance should lose their right to vote until they're off of it. I don't think, it's like
it's like a bias. Like
it is. Kids, you have kids. Do you give them when there's a family meeting and y'all are making decisions, do they get a vote?
Fuck no. They're lucky they get a room.
And as long as you're on the you don't get to fucking tell us how to do things. You don't get to take the government cheese and then tell us how to make the fucking cheese. You do not. If you want to be able to vote, then carry your weight.
Have some skin in the game. Exactly.
Only the people supporting this country should be allowed to vote in it. There, I said it, and I fucking mean it. It'll never pass, but I said it.
So we got
right here. This butt fuck.
Yeah, we got James's buddy Schumer. I got a video right after this one too, which is amazing. But
Schmucky Schumer.
Aren't you kin somehow, Jason? You and Schumer?
What's that?
Aren't you kin to him? Isn't that your uncle or something?
Yeah, he's like my great uncle.
I noticed since he's back, illegals can't vote in federal elections. It's such a nice, really cute story, but they do. And so do dead people. So I don't know. Tell us how the fuck that happens, sir. Maybe because they already get licenses to fucking drive commercial trucks. But
ICE to kick tens of millions of people off the rolls, and they don't tell them until election day, and you show up and you say, you're not registered anymore. You're not registered here. You're not on the rolls. And they say, I didn't know that. This is
First
a
of all,
bill
that's bullshit.
that destroys the country, and it is not about showing ID when you show up to vote. It's about the voter registration rolls, destroying them, purging them, not letting people know, and taking the rights in a algorithm put together by ICE, put together by Doge and Musk. It's an outrage, and that's why so many people don't want to pass it.
So let me play this one right behind it. I gotta make sure.
This guy's such a schmuck.
And first of all, he's a liar because this does not necessarily affect those that have already been registered to vote. So even though I had a name change, I've already been registered, so it will not affect me. But people are too fucking stupid to do the homework.
Right. This guy is fucking awesome.
Explain why Democrats don't want voter ID.
It allows ICE to kick tens of millions of people off the rolls, and they don't tell them until election day, and you show up and you say, you're not registered anymore. You're not registered here. You're not on the rolls.
Up in the corner.
Right. So the only reason you would be concerned about having immigration enforcement at a voter booth is if you have illegal aliens voting. And Chuck Schumer says we have tens of millions of them on our voter rolls. So you just
proved our point.
Gave up the game, right? Why would you be concerned about voter ID if you have only Americans voting in the election? But we don't have only Americans voting in the election. The DOJ charges illegal aliens like once a day with voting in our election, something that's widespread. There are apparently tens of thousands of illegals on the voter rolls all throughout the country. And I guess this is the major question for Democrats, is if they do believe that only Americans should be voting in elections, then why be against voter ID? I looked up the data. It turns out that 90% of all Americans have flown commercially on a flight. They aren't against ID to get on a plane. That's 300 million Americans who have ID. The number is probably much, much higher than that. And so this shouldn't be a problem for anyone. If you don't think that immigrants or Black people or Latino people or whatever aren't smart enough to get an ID, just come out and say it. And then maybe you can explain why you think that.
I love how his video didn't get like fucking blackballed and whatever. Okay, but let's remember Joe Biden.
He probably doesn't like you because of your hair.
Joe Biden, most votes ever. And we ain't never seen those motherfucking votes ever again. No. All those people are gone. All of a sudden, they were not there 2024 election. What happened? Where'd they go? Most votes ever.
So you're going to tell me during COVID prime time that we had the most participation in an election forever? How many people were displaced and shit during COVID?
Oh, hey, wait, you guys, hold on. Happy Winter of Death 6-year anniversary to everybody. We did it. 6 years and counting. I gotta change my bio on my thing. I gotta move it up to 6 years.
Nice.
Amazing. Happy anniversary. Sorry, James. Go for it.
No. You know how many people were displaced during COVID? And we dealt with it at the same time of that election was when the DA I became chief of staff for, we were having his election. And it was a challenge because of displaced voters. Mm-hmm. You know, the voter turnout, the dynamics. It was just different. We had a hurricane too, just a lot of things that. So you can tell me during that time that we had the highest voter turnout in the history of our nation.
Joe Biden. For the most like incoherent doofus in the world, Joe Biden, we have the most votes for. Not the first Black president, but Joe motherfucking Biden.
Hey, settle down. Okay. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Just settle down. You don't know what it was like in those mean streets.
Voter turnout is about excitement. I've seen voter turnout, in the 40% here whenever it's exciting. I've seen it at 8% when it's just some kind of tax renewal or something, you know. So hard for me to believe that many people were excited over Joe Biden.
COVID was designed for this. COVID was designed for voter fraud operations. I will never be convinced of anything else. I will never, ever, 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 ever be convinced of anything else. It was completely instituted to start the mail-in ballot and to make that a normal way of voting. And I'm so thankful that finally we're getting some pushback to it. I don't know if it will make a difference, but I mean, again, I don't know. The more that they fight these laws,
they're fighting it so hard. It's gonna, to me, it definitely, it has to, for them to fight this hard on it, it has to make a difference.
So I want to look at Cindy's comment. Do you at least what Schumer said? It's not about ID. We already show IDs. They keep pushing that argument because it's easy. It's the details buried in the bill. Trojan.
What are the details buried in the bill? What are the details?
That's bullshit.
What are the details?
And obviously not everybody is showing ID. That's the big part. I mean, that's what he was saying. Not everybody is showing ID.
Not every state does.
Dude, nobody shows ID. Have you guys gone to vote? Like, I love these people that like to try and snowball everybody. I've gone to vote. You find your name, and that's it.
No, Ohio, you have to. And they actually check your ID, and they check your signature to make sure your signature matches.
Hey, Louisiana.
I don't remember.
Hey, let me tell you what.
That's the way Ohio is, but
that's Louisiana. One thing I can say we are ahead in is voting. You have to have an ID. It is tight. So, hey, and you know what? We're a red state. Is that So that it just seems like for some reason,
isn't that weird?
The blue states are the ones with the loose laws, the loose election laws. Ends up being blue states because of fucking voter fraud, Cincy.
And the blue counties always have problem counting their votes. I wonder why. The machines are always malfunctioning. The paper ballots are always falling apart. Like, I don't get it. Jesus is striking the buildings and they have to wait a couple hours to revote. It's always blue counties. It's always blue states. I'm just so sick of this argument. This and the statistics, CNN, that wacky guy that does the data for CNN, God bless him. He listed the statistics. Every group of people were in the high 70% to high 80% of in favor of voter ID laws. So I don't understand where the disconnect is coming. We are talking about federal elections. There should be no reason that anybody is opposed to us making sure that only American citizens take part in them. I don't understand this hesitancy, and the fact that they are so hesitant points to no other direction but voter fraud.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you crushed it right there because, and since he's talking, absentee and mail-in ballots were there before COVID, and they were.
Cincy is talking about absentee ballots. Absentee ballots were used by responsible individuals who were being deployed, who were sick, and who were elderly, not for the normal Tom, Dick, and Harry that could get their ass up and go to the polling office.
Yeah, you had to be able to prove why you needed an absentee ballot.
It was a privilege. It wasn't a handout to everybody that's like, oh, I'm too lazy. I'll just vote by mail. That wasn't the way it was done. And COVID made it that way because people were all of a sudden afraid to leave their house. Like, it's bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, I grew up before this shit, and I can't stand people who pretend that it was a thing all along. And that's that, like, typical, 20 to 30-year-old. It's like, no, dude, we existed before this, and we knew how it worked, and that's not how it fucking worked. And you guys changed the rules to make it more accessible, and because you did that, there's widespread fraud.
I'm waiting for James. James always has something. What you got?
No, I'm saying no. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Since he's pissing me off with his bullshit.
I've kind of said too much tonight, Jason. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to grab a character, a movie.
Oh,
character.
I got something to say.
I know you do. I want
to circle back. I got something in case for some reason.
Since he says he's older than me, thank God.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
He's probably like 4,000.
So if Donald Trump is somehow, some way listening to this, I don't know why he wouldn't be listening.
I would love that for us. He should be.
Great. So look, President Trump, I love you. Stop taking, I call him Zofran Mondumi, Zofran, because the medicine Zofran is so nauseous. This guy makes you fucking nauseous fucking listening to you. Quit taking Zofran Mondumi's phone call. Why would you talk to this man? Why would you let this man have any sort of relevance or any sort of influence? He is the devil. He's an absolute, he is a terrorist. He's not a terrorist he is not a sympathizer. People definitely, you can't argue that he's a terrorist sympathizer. I'm gonna go a step further. He is a fucking terrorist. He is part of the terror network. He hates this country. So any conservative, anybody with any status, especially the president of the United States, should not be taking the phone call of this fucking clown. Go fix the potholes in fucking New York City and worry about the buses and quit worrying about, we don't care what your opinion is, Mondumi, about the fucking war. We don't care what your opinion is about Venezuela. We don't care what your opinion is about anything. Stay in the fucking city that elected your sorry ass and leave the rest of us fucking alone.
Guys, Cincy is a 45-year-old educated business owner.
See, people, I'm not going to doubt. Look, I'm going to give you a compliment, Cincy. Just hearing you, there's no doubt, I don't agree with you, but you're an intelligent person. But why do people like you, liberals, why do y'all have to qualify yourselves? Why do you have to tell us that you're an educated, intelligent person? Why don't you let us make that determination based off of your words and your actions? And if you're a successful business owner,
what type of business owner worth their salt is a fucking liberal, right? So I love these people. I'm a business owner. I bet you are. And I bet you take your little receipts and you go to your tax guy and you say, hey, can you help me make sure that I pay as little tax as possible while you're running around trying to get everybody else to pay more fucking taxes? Like, it's the typical liberal mentality. So yes, I guarantee you are a 45-year-old business owner that makes sure you pay way less than your fair share. Okay, because that's what you motherfuckers like to do.
And I have no shame with. I went to my tax guy and I handed him my stuff and I said, look, here's the deal.
I tell him, sir, make sure I don't go to prison. That's it.
You know what I tell him? I tell him that. So I say, I don't want to get indicted, but I want to get really close.
That's it. I'm like,
that's my instructions to him. I don't want to get indicted.
Keep me out of jail.
But I want to be as close as I can to the line.
I found this video. It's actually a real life video of the cartoon Despicable Me.
Oh, perfect.
You guys know that cartoon?
Yes.
No.
He's so fluffy. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. Of course, James wouldn't.
Must be some fucking Yankee shit.
He's fucking. He's
Pixar.
He's 80 years old anyway. But here's a real life rendition of Gru and one of his minions.
Oh, I love it.
There's Gru, and there's the minion right behind him. Oops, sorry.
Oh, Hitlery.
And he is so confused, standing like not in the middle of the street, obviously, but close enough. This shit's fucking funny.
I know what you were all thinking. The thing I was thinking. He saw a car coming, and he's like, this is my chance to get rid of this bitch once and for all. Give her a little push into traffic. Bill.
The fucking caption underneath is, why does she always dress like Kim Jong-un?
Oh, I guess he won the election again. 100% of the vote. Look at him.
Yeah.
I saw that the other day. I was fucking laughing my ass.
Yeah, my husband sent it to me, and we just laughed.
He still had the same grin. He ain't stopped grinning since he's seen them pictures of them little girls.
Right. He was like, "Oh, I remember them titties."
Oh, them titties. Oh no, that man's grinning like a jackass.
I gotta tell y'all, I fucking love me some Bill Clinton. Like, he's hilarious. I don't know. Like, I just think he's like a senile, hilarious fuck. And he was like married to Hillary. So I have to give him like as many passes as he needs. Like, truthfully, I have no ill heart towards Bill, really. I think he's just a goofy guy that got into some shit and
I'll tell y'all this.
And they pulled him to the carpet, and he was sitting there. He in that deposition, he's like, "Well, no, I've never lied in a deposition." And then I had another video.
The marijuana.
I didn't have sex with that woman or sexual relations, whatever. And it was like, what? Hold on.
But you know what's funny? Like,
you don't even know where you are right now.
I can't stand phony ass people though. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a different breed of person, but like, okay, he banged an intern or got a blowjob from an intern. He's married to Hillary. Wouldn't you? Like, really, if we were married to Hillary, we would get an intern or we would get somebody else too. Oh, yeah. I think it's a shame what they did to her to try to shut her up, but I would be a disgusting pig if I was married to Hillary. Like, just really, I mean, let's call it what it is.
She's a closet lesbian anyway.
Of course she is. I heard that.
What's that? Uma Abedin, or what's her name? That was her chief of staff.
Yep. And she's like gone off the face of the earth because of those rumors. Now you don't hear of Uma anymore.
Because you got Clinton. You got Clinton.
And wasn't she with Wiener Boy?
Yeah, that's Wiener.
Right?
That's Wiener's wife. Yeah.
And you don't hear of either of them really anymore. I know Wiener tried to be relevant again, but then they were like, no.
A couple months ago, and I looked her up, and she is remarried, married a wealthy, successful guy, and I don't think she's doing that. Yeah.
They all find them.
Uma Abedin. That was her name.
Yeah, they're always in Uma.
But you know, y'all probably gonna stone me for this, but as far as Democrats, Clinton wasn't terrible. He was
a moderate.
He was a moderate. That was a true moderate, other than him getting the hot mouth and all that stuff and all the
didn't he fuck some shit up with Cuba a little bit?
Yeah, but I tell you what he was good to. He was good to cops. He was strong on the border.
And he was good economically.
He increased border patrol. He was not a terrible president. I think he's a terrible human being. But you know what?
Right. This guy understands what we're talking about.
Old Bosco.
That's right, dude. Like, I'm sorry. I'm so sick and tired of people like pretending to be outraged. It's like, shut the fuck up. You would all do the same goddamn thing. Like, if you were married to that crotchety bitch, you would be like, oh, Hillary, I gotta stay. He would be going like across the country and living with some different ladies. Like, stop with the phony bullshit.
I'll kind of compare him to Trump. I think Trump is a great president. He's not a good human being. I mean, the guy's banging.
I just think he needs to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, just shut up a little bit.
I don't think Bill Clinton was a terrible president. He is a terrible human being.
Yeah.
But let me tell y'all this, and I always preface it with my lifelong experience with politics was on a local and regional level. But let me tell you, you don't survive in politics with being a fucking Boy Scout. You don't.
Right.
You
that's
don't.
why they're terrible people by nature. You're not going to have somebody that's a good person.
They say it's the dirtiest job you can have.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And I've seen people who, it's not, you're not getting, even the people you think are Boy Scouts and they wholesome and all that, they're no good motherfuckers, just like the fucking rest of them. And you know why they are? Because they have to fucking survive. You don't survive in that climate and politics. The higher you go, the worse.
And if you want to last, if you've
lasted for a lifetime in politics, you're a low down motherfucker. I can tell you that right now. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. I have done some things in my political life that I'm not proud of, and I wish I wouldn't have done. I wish I would have stood up to some things that I didn't. But let me tell you, it's a hard fucking life. I'm not justifying it, but I will say it again. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Donald Trump's going to be the best president we ever had. And Bill Clinton was not a bad president. They're just not good guys when it comes to their moral compass.
Right.
I hadn't looked at the comments. What's Cynthia going on?
He says he tunes in for educational purposes. Well, yeah, because he's dumb as fuck and needs some education. So I'm glad we can bestow that.
He was talking shit earlier. He said, I agree with you, Todd, but real issues don't come up. This is a place for culture war, wedge issues, and Trump ball washing.
Oh God. That's funny.
I can help him not have to deal with it. I could easily do that because I know it pains him to not tune in. He could be doing something else. He could be doing something way more.
Okay, wait. So this Todd guy's talking about the people that are injured and dead in Iran. And now, are you referring to American soldiers? What are you referring to, number one? Number two, the deaths that are happening in Iran pale in comparison to the amount of people they kill for Islamic purposes, right? So everybody's crying about the school, right? However many kids died from the school. Okay, sad. Okay, do you know how many of those kids would have fucking died because of that regime? You know how many days of that amount of kids die because of that regime, and you all shut your fucking mouths, okay? You know how many people died from the Afghanistan pullout under Biden? Do you know how many billions of dollars of weaponry were left? And you guys will say, but they couldn't use it. Do you know how many people were injured? Do you know how many American soldiers lost their lives? Do you know how many American soldiers were stranded? Okay, let's talk about the amount of Americans that are stuck in the Middle East. Not one of them has been killed, and they are being lifted out of there by the thousands on a daily basis. So allow me to tell you to take the injured count and your number of US soldiers that died under this military operation and shove it up the high part of your ass, because it's another misinformed talking point that pales in comparison to the daily destruction that the Iranian regime was conducting on their own people, and pales in comparison to failed missions from your other democratic dipshit leaders.
Boom.
Damn.
Nailed it.
I don't think I have anything else to say tonight. I can't.
Neither does Todd. Thanks for coming, Todd. Like, again, you know, everybody's gotta, my God, the soldiers.
Yeah,
you had two fucking service members die. Okay, at Washington, D.C., you had two service members. One died. One was critically injured. Okay, and everybody's just like, oh, and all of a sudden, Iran, everybody's got a little death counter on their hands. Like, come on now, pales in comparison.
The guy that killed the National Guard member and injured the other one. What ethnicity was he?
I don't know, James. Why don't you tell us?
What religion was he?
I don't know. What do we think? Could it be, I don't know, like a radical Islamic lunatic or a trans
We're the white supremacists. We're the fucking racists and the white supremacists. We're not, white people are running around killing people just because.
Show me where the Christians are throwing bombs into crowds. Show me where the Christians are throwing bombs into churches. Show me where the Christians are beheading people in the churches. Show me this shit, because I'd love to fucking see it, because I don't see it at all. Instead, I see lunatic Islamic regime crazy people throw bombs in Orthodox churches in Syria and Greece and wherever. Okay, Orthodox Christians are being beheaded and murdered by these radical Islamic lunatics. But everybody's saying the white Christian man is the problem. Like, really, go fuck yourselves. Show me where that is.
And then they're going in, orange man is the problem.
Oh, yes.
He's going to all the fucking problem.
That's their default. You know, the liberals' default is orange man bad and white man racist. When anything else, white supremacy is their default. That's what they go back to. That's their dice roll dance every fucking time. White supremacy.
Okay, so Jill just schooled Cincy. Okay, and then he goes, oh, I guess that makes everything in Iran okay. Yes. Everything happening in Iran right now is okay, because it needs to happen, because this is a dangerous regime that is mobilizing around the world, and they are dangerous and they deserve to be taken down. So yes, I'm okay with it.
Isn't it ironic that sleeper cells were going to be activated here?
No fucking
weird.
Shit.
Has nothing to do with the open border policy, right? That you schmucks sat down and supported, and now you're burying your heads under your pillows hoping there's no sleeper cells in your neighborhood. We could have fucking told you that. But don't worry about it. Luckily, I have family members that know how to, sniff out Arabic when they hear it. Okay. But you know what? The most of you fucking people are so uneducated and stupid that you have no idea who any of these people are, what their backgrounds are, what they're talking about, how dangerous they are, what their intention is, and what they're born and bred to do. They don't give a fuck about you.
Intention is the big thing. And y'all know that
they hate you.
I'm not sold on the military action in Iran as much as y'all are. I'm getting more sold every day because what I look at is intent. If the intent is for this country, and I firmly believe that it is, you know, they have been fucking with us. Iran's been fucking with us since 1979. At what point, you know, it's so Obama and Biden's their solution was let's pay them off. Like that's going to work.
Let's give them billions of dollars.
Yeah, when you give them.
And what did they do with it? What did they do with it? They decided to build up uranium and they decided to get nuclear power.
Yeah. So they
and see what people are so fucking stupid, and this makes me irate, is like, look, I can understand if you're not 100% supportive, but look at what is happening. This is why this is brilliant, because we started with places like Cuba and Venezuela and all of these things Trump started to get a semi-decent relationship with, try to liberate those people, because what you're seeing now is how close all of our enemies are to somebody like Iran. So if you let somebody like Iran get nuclear power to where they can start infiltrating all of those badass bitches that, like Iran, are gonna follow and start holding hands with them. So like, this is where it's not just about Iran. It's like, who else do we have to fucking worry about? And they're all letting themselves be known in uncertain terms who we have to worry about. So it's like, use your fucking heads. Like, people, obviously these schmucks have never played Risk before, and it shows because they have no concept of what this actually entails. When you start dealing with a lot of these countries that don't fucking like us, that start bonding together, and especially if Iran had something like a nuclear weapon.
I'm okay with anybody being skeptical because I'm skeptical, and I'm going to keep being skeptical. But what I'm not okay with, and what is enough in this country, is just because the orange man's doing it is wrong. And they have no credibility because of that.
If Biden had done it.
Oh,
exactly.
It needs to be done, you know?
Exactly.
And I'll tell you this, if Biden would have been done, if Biden would have done it, I would be doing exactly what I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Paying attention, being skeptical, but it's you know, right now I feel like it was the right move. I mean, how much longer are we going to keep letting them just fuck with us and fuck with us?
Obama took out bin Laden, right? Yes, right? Okay. And what did normal people do? We said, thank you. Great job. Great job, Mr. President. Thank you for that. These people are just so delusional and so orange man bad that they can't even see any sort of benefit to this. And the second benefit, besides figuring out who our enemies are and protecting ourselves from them, why the fuck does most of our oil come from these countries when we can do this shit in our own country? Enough already. I don't know, like, everybody's crying about gas prices all of a sudden, but yet they don't want to drill in their own country and have the resources in their own country. I don't get it. Stop relying on these people who hate you.
Yeah.
You
like,
know,
would any of you go and, like, I don't know, would any of you get surgery from somebody who fucking hates you? No. Like, I don't understand that. Why are we doing that? Why are we getting such a huge resource and a huge, you know, item to our daily lives from people who fucking hate us?
Yeah.
So I agree with Jill on this one, and I agree with you, Candace, on when it comes to bin Laden. Well, what the argument on the other side is going to be, well, bin Laden orchestrated a terror attack. Do you motherfuckers realize just because it hasn't been advertised and we haven't...
They're all doing it.
Iran is the biggest bed of terror, and they breed more terrorists than anyone. So it's not much of. I understand with bin Laden as a direct attack. It's not much of a difference. This Iran was a threat. What is a threat to us as far as terrorism? So the more and more I look into it, the more I support it. And I think everybody should. I'm not ever going to be a jock rider, and I think that we all should be skeptical. But where the people constantly lose credibility is if it's Donald Trump doing it, it's wrong, and then it just doesn't make sense. Because
ISIS individuals.
I looked at Biden's decisions objectively.
ISIS members come from Iran. And then they mobilize throughout the rest of the world, Nigeria. Okay, that's why, again, pay attention to the timeline of what Trump was telling us, the things in Nigeria. You just had somebody come to our country from Sierra Leone and stab a woman in Virginia to death who was had Islamic State ties. because of West African Islamic State ties. Like, this is the problem, guys. Like, it started in Iran, and now Iran is mobilizing these people all over the world. So if you take out Iran, you can take out these Islamic State people that are infiltrating the world. It is not a fucking, like, crazy formula.
Closing thoughts.
I think people need to stop being little bitches. Like, just use your fucking heads, man. Like, I don't know, use your head, be objective. You know, like, some things are gonna suck sometimes, right? It's like giving birth. Nobody wants to give birth. It sucks, but then you get the ding at the end of the, you know, rainbow, and there you go. Nobody has the end result sight, and it's like, you need to start getting there, because otherwise you're going to be a miserable fuck, which is what most of these people are. And you're never going to be happy about anything, but you're never going to know anything either. Just, I don't understand. Like, stop being whiny little bitches that are just dumb, and like, read more things. Look at a map. Find out where these dangerous people are coming from and go, oh, well, they're all coming from here. Maybe we should, like, no, not have that place anymore. It's really simple shit. And just be open-minded. Just like we've had to be with other presidents.
Yeah.
So my closing thoughts is, I do not feel that Islamic radical ideology has a place in this country and should be eliminated from this country. And if that makes me a white supremacist or a Islamophobe, then I will get a T-shirt and a hat that says it and wear it proudly. Because can you argue with the history? We forget. That's the problem with our country. Look, we have lives and we have bills and shit, but there has been 8 mass terror attacks since 2001, since 9/11. Yep. We don't talk about that anymore. And it was all from Islamic radicals. So it's not racism. It's not Islamophobic. It is pattern recognition. And the pattern that we are recognizing is Islamic radicals hate America and they want to kill us. And we have to put a stop to it.
That's right. Simple shit, right? Like, it's like, hey, these people don't like us. They want to kill us.
Yeah, real simple. They're the ones killing us. Get rid of them. I mean, how hard is this? Why do we overcomplicate things? We have a group of people who are coming to this country and killing us. Get rid of the motherfuckers. Why is it that hard?
It's like, I don't like cats. I'm not gonna have fucking cats in my house.
I don't like cats either. You know what? I don't have cats in my house.
I don't have cats. Exactly. I don't want them to die. I just don't want them in my fucking house. Like, it's so simple. And instead it's like,
smart motherfuckers with more degrees than a thermometer, and they can't figure it out. But a dumb motherfucker from Southwest Louisiana can figure it out. Get rid of the people who hate us. Boom. There it is.
Since he says I'm not pleasant.
You're not pleasant? I think you're a very pleasant person. I think he's got a little secret crush on you, Candace.
I laugh probably more than like any adult my age. So I mean, that's
you know, a very pleasant person.
I'm insanely pleasant.
No, you just think that women. You think Candace just needs to be barefoot, pregnant, and making Bill a sandwich. That's what you think.
I'm a good sandwich maker.
He doesn't even know what that is. Doesn't even understand it.
Well, yeah, they have to figure out the woman part first.
My closing statement is, we've got a lot of shit going on right now, obviously. Yeah. Everyone's freaking out about gas prices because of what's happening in Iran. I have a commander-in-chief, just like I had one before this one, that I stood behind. Whether I liked it or not, I'm an American citizen. I'm a patriot. I stood behind Biden. I didn't agree with everything he did, but he's the president.
100%.
And it's not the president that's making all these decisions. He's got people behind him that are smarter than him. Let's be honest. Trump's a smart guy, but not the smartest guy in the fucking room. We all know that.
He doesn't need to be.
But he has people that are saying, hey, this is the intel that we're getting. This is what we think should happen. What do you think? Do you give the go-ahead? Yes, do it. Same thing happened in Venezuela. Boom. Exactly. One of the greatest missions that's ever fucking happened in the history of the military. I trust the president, whether you like him or not. I trust him. I'll deal with high gas prices and whatever. But also, since
we did it before.
Exactly. We lived with it. We lived with it for like 4 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
But when Trump came in, prices went down. Eggs, butter. I literally just saw it earlier today. Eggs were down like 46%.
Mm-hmm.
Butter was down like, why butter? I mean, obviously it's an issue, but it was down like fucking 15% or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Things were down. They're going to go back up, and it's this number that we're doing, up and down, up and down. But if it gets rid of the bullshit in Iran, I'm all for it. Let's do it. I think our next one's probably Wednesday or Thursday next week.
Yep.
Whatever works. I'm available.
We'll let you guys know whether it's Wednesday or Thursday. We'll figure out what works best for everybody. But we appreciate you guys. Like I said, this is a work in progress. We're going to have our own page here soon, hopefully. So getting all this together. But Candace, the hair looks lovely.
Thanks, you guys. It kind of hides my belly. It doesn't.
Pregnant looks good on you.
Yeah.
James, your
hard
hair
to waddle.
looks lovely, and pregnant looks good on you.
Yeah.
But for James, Candace, and myself, 2 dicks and a chick, we're out.